welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you have not subscribed to my channels yet, please do by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, so in today's video, I have no makeup on because I will be doing my makeup on camera. Please note, this is not a makeup tutorial. I just decided to do my makeup. I will be talking about how I told my parents about my partner. Exciting times, guys. So my partner and I met in 2017. I was in second year. Best day of my life, honestly. I blessed that day, guys. It was the 25th of March and we dated. And then in 2019 I decided that I wanted to, no, actually I didn't decide that I wanted to introduce him to my parents. It was him who decided to he wants to visit my uncles or my dad. At first I was really skeptical about the whole thing. I felt like I was too young to, get into I don't want to say marriage because we're not married yet, but I just felt like I was too young for the whole process and that my parents would never ever 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 agree. But he wrote the letter and he gave it to me to give to my parents. Okay, so initially I was scared, like ngangisaba ngenhliziyo yami yonke to give my parents the letter. So I asked my sister, I called my sister for advice because she's married already. So I called her to ask Uguti, what's the procedure? Do I just rock up at home and give my mom the letter, or do I give it directly to dad? It was, I was confused. Uguti fanele ngenze kanjani yabo, and I didn't want to do into wrong. Uguti manje something ubaba straight, and that's not the way you do things. I just wanted to do things the right way. So my sister told me, Uguti, I need to speak to my mom first and tell her that I have a boyfriend and he wants to come and ask for my hand in marriage, blah blah blah. So I don't like how this top is showing over here, but I can't seem to get it to go away, guys. It's really disturbing me. I'm sorry about this. Okay, yeah, better. So oh yeah, oh no, I'm lying, I didn't call her because I was so scared. So I WhatsApped her. I remember I WhatsApped my mom. I told her, let's see, there's something I want us to talk about when I come home, because I remember I was going home on the weekend, la little week, and I was finishing my exams, I think. Yeah, I was finishing my June exams, so I was gonna go home. So I told my mom, there's something important I want us to talk about. She was like, no, why can't we talk about it now? I was like, no, I don't want to talk about it over the phone. It's serious. And she was like, what? Are you pregnant? I was like, no, man. There's something I want us to talk about. And then my mom was like, hey, okay, well, see, if you don't want to talk about it over the phone, then it's fine. So kuluma mufike kai. Sharp. And then also the letter was sealed, so I remember I couldn't read what was on the letter, but I knew what the letter was about. So I went home. When I got home, I chickened out, so I couldn't tell my mom, I have a boyfriend and my boyfriend wants to marry me. I chickened out, and Uma asked me, how are you? I was like, no, it's fine. There's nothing I want to talk about. She was like, no, khuluma kwenzenjani, you know, she kind of just wangidiga ngaze ngasho ukuthi no, ngiphethe letter la from my boyfriend. Like, how a boyfriend? I was like, yeah, I do have a boyfriend. Then she just looked at me because my mom's like that, and she was like, okay, ilet. So I gave it to her, and it was addressed, or like it was directed to my dad. So hey Balu, I think your Balu ngaphandle or something. I don't remember properly. And then Uma was like, no, but this is not mine. Why are you giving it to me? I was like, yeah, could you please give it to dad for me? And she was like, hey, asas, okay. So sala like ngalobo busuku, and then when we woke up the following day, ngavuka as normal. I cleaned the house. I made breakfast, as normal. So yeah, sadla. Nobody said anything, but I could sense the tension, guys. It affling. So we ate, finished eating, and usually on my weekends we just watch TV and then wait for soccer, and then probably watch soccer with dad, or I just go chill in my room. So we did that, Jay. Normal. And I was scared to ask my mom, what's he, dude, did you give dad the letter? So I just kept quiet until that very day. My dad calls me. He's like, so I go to him, and they are sitting so my dad is like, your mom gave me, well, my dad, he's a Zulu man, so he's spoken Zulu, but for the purposes of this video, I'll speak in English. So he's like, what's the letter for? Where's it from? You know, explain, because your mom tells me that when ufike nayo le letter uphuma eGoli. Like, yeah, ifike nami the letter iphuma kwashaz as isho lapho. I was like, okay. Mina akakho umuntu ashaze engimaziyo, so what's this about? Why? Oh, I remember he gave me the letter, so I read it. It said, singabantu bakashazi, we want to come visit, or like along those lines. I don't remember, guys. And then I read the letter, and my dad asked me, why would people I don't know want to visit me? I was like, no, I don't know. Because they didn't say and mina I was scared to say, because I knew that to my dad I was still very young, and I wasn't even done with school, so I knew it would be a serious problem. So then I told him, no, I'm not sure, but I do know that they want to see you and speak to you about something. He was like, okay, well, I'm busy on the dates, I'm busy. I was like, oh, okay. And then I don't know how my mom softened him. Maybe she gave him a look, I don't know, but he suddenly said, okay, I was like, I wanted to say he's my boyfriend, but I was too scared. So I was like, no, so we became more than friends. Actually, more than friends. I should say not more than friends. Are you dating? I'm like, shit. Yeah, I'm dating. It's like, oh, okay, so you're dating. How old is he? I tell him the age. He's like, oh, how old are you? I tell him my age. He's like, do you have a job? I'm like, no. Do you have money? I'm like, no. Like, do you have a car? Do you have a house? Do you have anything to your name? I'm like, no, Dad. It's like, okay. So, what do you think is gonna come out of this? Like, what are you gonna be offering the person if now you have nothing to offer yourself? I was like, shit, okay. So I'm like, no, I really like him and he really likes me too. So we both feel like we want to spend the rest of our lives together, blah, blah, blah. And then my dad just laughs at me. Guys, he just laughs at me. I'm like, why is this man laughing now? He just laughs at me. He's like, okay. So ungitshela ukuthi awunamali, awusebenzi, awunalutho but ufuna ukuba unkosikazi wo somebody. I'm like, why not? I was like, okay, do you even know how difficult it is emshadweni? I'm like, yeah, Dad, Ntobe is always telling me, Noma is always telling me, he's like, wena, ngobu uhlala ukhala kangaka, you're always complaining about everything. How do you think uzolunga emzini yabantu? I'm like, no, this is different, Dad. This guy, he understands me, whatnot, whatnot. He's like, no, I think you're still too young and these people can't come here. I'm not gonna accept anything from them. This is not gonna happen. You need to finish your studies first. You need to find a job. You need to focus on yourself. And you always told me you want to travel. So you need to do all those things before you commit yourself to someone. I'm like, no, but Dad, it's what I want. And I feel like get ready for it. He's like, ready, okay. Do you know this person? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, how long have you known him for? So I tell him, and he's shocked. At 2 years, it was 2 years at that time. I was like, 2 years. And he was shocked. I would say for 2 years, I had a boyfriend, and no, not that nobody knew, but nje ekhaya, I have a boyfriend. Like I was still the same person. I was still the same person, the same child actually, like a child under my parents' roof. So it came to a surprise to him. Obviously, I've been dating for 2 years and nobody knows. My mom didn't know. I think my sisters knew. Yeah, my sisters and my mom knew. So my dad was shocked. He was just like, okay. Then he left the room, guys. He left the room. I don't know. I couldn't read if it was anger or shock. I couldn't read ukuthi yini kahle kahle or umangele, because my dad is like that. He's a very... So guys, so I can do my eyebrows properly because I can't look into the camera. Okay, so I couldn't tell if my dad was shocked or if he was angry or if he was disappointed. Like, I wasn't sure what's going on. And he came back after like a few minutes. So he went outside and we just carried on chilling there. And guys, it was so awkward a sitting room because now it was just my mom and I left, and my mom wasn't saying anything. She wasn't giving me advice. She wasn't saying, "Maibo baba, this is what you must say." She just kept quiet. So I was on my own, guys. Literally, I was on my own. So my dad came back after a few minutes, and then he was like, "Okay, so tell me, you say you want to be with this person for the rest of your life, whatnot. Does he want to be with you for the rest of his life?" And in my head I was like, duh. But I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, what makes you think that? So I told him all the possible reasons I could think of at that time. But yeah, ngasho. And then he was like, no, it's not happening. And he kept quiet. I was so sad, guys. Like, I will not lie to you guys. I was sad. So he was like, yeah, you can go cook. yaphela kanjalo vele, yaphela kanjalo indaba. And then I think I went to cook, and then later on at night, Suswami, my younger sister, we are papa guys, she's so forward. So he was like, "How, Dad? Um, Unonto told me, what's in Gambe?" No, no, no. We were watching Our Perfect Wedding. It was the next day. So it was Sunday. Asi uandile, baba ungathi nje mangafika abantu bethi bezofuna unonto this way, like lento eyenziwa ku Perfect Wedding. Noma wathi ungathini unonto mengashada or something like that. And then my dad just laughed. He was like, akekho umuntu ozoshada engenalutho. I was like, shit, this man. Okay, so I kept quiet. So now, Mr. Manwami is asking me, "Uguti, what did your dad say?" You know, he wants to know what's going on. And Mina, on the other hand, I don't want to disappoint him and tell him, "Uguti, my dad said nothing's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen." So I went to bed early that day, and I texted my mom on WhatsApp saying, so what should I do now? What's the next step? Should I tell him to cancel all his plans and not come because dad said no, or what? And then my mom was like, no, just give it some time, he's gonna cool down, you know. So that's exactly what I did. And I think after a few days, like, guys, how many? 2, 3, 4. I don't know, guys. But like after a few days, my dad asked me again. He was like, Kambe, when are these people coming? I'm like, 20, I think 26 June or 23 June. When are these people coming? I'm like, get your date. I say, oh, okay, mina ngizobe ngemhlanganweni wasenkonzweni, so it's gonna have to be very early in the morning. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, but I haven't changed my mind. I just want to hear what they're gonna say. So he's like, yeah, I will call my brother, and that's my aunt's husband, so they're quite close, they're very, very tight. So he's like, no, I need to call him because he lives in Newcastle, and see if he can come, and you know, we can hear these people out. I'm also gonna call your grandfather and tell him that this is what's popping. I'm like, okay. So I tell the guy, my guy, would see, my dad said he will see you on, but it has to be before the sun comes out. And then he's like, shit, because Babesuga like Goli, guys. So it's quite far. Ladysmith to Joburg to Ladysmith, I mean, is about 4 hours. So if it's umuntu before Pumilanga, that means vele melusuela at midnight. Ne, because ilanga liphuma around 5. So oh guy, I said, okay, it's fine, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, nani. I'll tell my people that this is what your dad said, and we're gonna be there on time, whatnot. So I was like, okay, great. So now I was excited, but I was also nervous, like for him, ubaba uzothini. None. So the day came, and my partner and his parents, not parents, his uncles, were at my gates. Shame, yes, but figure early, guys. They were there by 5:30 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. They were there, but my dad was sleeping. Guys, he was sleeping. So now, because my sister and I woke up very early to like clean and prepare for the people that were coming. And guys, the whole time. And so now these people are at my gates. You know, they are reciting our clan names. They are, you know, Banameza, Uguti. My dad must come out, he must open the gates for them. Nan. So imagine guys, from 5:30 in the morning, it's cold. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. My dad wakes up. He does his normal routine. Uyaphuma, uphakela izinja. He comes back, he takes a shower, he gets dressed, and he's like, how? Who are these people at the gate? Asking my little brother. And then my little brother's like, no, Yakumbulu Nonto said this and this and this and this and this and this. He's like, oh, okay. Ngithaye bafati to fetch umkhulu so we can hear what these people have to say. Guys, mind you, usuka ekhaya uye bafati la khona umkhulu wami is approximately 20 minutes. So going there and coming back would be 40 minutes. So my dad mises these people. He drives out the gate, he leaves. And shame guys, they waited and waited and waited and waited until my dad came back, and then eventually told my brother to go open the gate for them, and they had to give imali or something to open the gates to my brother. And fortunately my brother's not a gold digger, so I think they gave him like 200 rand. Yeah, and then he opened the gates for them. And yeah, that's it. That's how I introduced my partner to my parents. So yeah, they started talking. I don't know, should I use the smaller ones or the bigger ones? I think I'm gonna use these ones. Okay, so I'm waiting for the glue to dry. I'm gonna just share a little bit about what happened during the talking between our parents. So as they were negotiating and oh yeah, Busby's guys, my sisters and I, so that they could pick which person they're here for. And fortunately, Babake already knew me, so he picked the right person. And yeah. Yeah, so that's my hairstyle, and I think the glue is dry now, so I'm gonna need usibeka isibuko. So let me do this. Now for this side. And that's it. This was my Inuka, the one you guys know already. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video and for being a subscriber. If you aren't a subscriber as yet, please do click the subscribe button below, and you can also turn on notifications so that you know when I have a new video up every Friday. So that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.